What's up, everyone? This is Joe Sorrentino of NEWENGLANDRC, and welcome to a special edition Halloween 2024. Today, we're going to take a look at my haunted house. I've done a lot more this year than the previous years. This one's going to be even better. Normally on this channel, I feature RC cars, but today it's going to be a little bit different. However, I'll still have an RC car taking you through the journey today. My custom X-Max decked out for your enjoyment. Why are we doing Halloween decorations and how does it relate to RC cars? Well, decorating your house for Halloween and RC cars share one thing in common: customization. It's about making things look the way that you want. It's not just placing things in place. It's about the whole scene. It's about creating the scene. There's so much to it. And that's the same with RC cars because, you get them stock vehicle. It's just going to be a basic design, but you get to customize. You get to add lights like I've done here. You can add decals. You can add a whole assortment of different add-ons to RC cars. And the same can be with Halloween decorations. I really enjoy doing this every year. Puts a lot of smiles on a lot of faces every year in my town. I wanted to share that joy with you guys as well. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's go! So right off the bat, people, you got this archway. I had this last year. It was the first time I had it. I added lights around it. Just like last year, I also did something creative and I added these little eyeballs that didn't come with it all up and around the whole thing. Each one of them has glowing eyes along with those slow moving effects from the lights. And I added a little bit of underglow touch on the bottom through these solar lights that I like the blue and purple contrast. So new this year are these sweet gargoyles. How cool and sinister is that? Look at those red glowing eyes just sitting there waiting, watching you as you're walking by. Also added this great fence all along here. You can see I've got some solar lights so that you can see the fence better and it pops out in the light. Got one of these gargoyles on both sides. Got fence on both sides. Anyone coming here on Halloween is going to really feel welcomed as they're walking through this incredible Halloween yard. Just like last year, I've added the solar lights along the walkway as well. I want to have a nice lit path for people while they're walking up to my door. And it goes all the way down. Here's what everything looks like during the day, folks. A lot less spooky. Another look at everything here. A lot more kid-friendly during the day. You can see the archway and the gargoyles match in color with that rusted, withered look. Fence during the day is a lot more visible now. So you have that little bit on the side there from the dollar store, those little ones there, and then this bigger stuff here I got from Big Lots. They're doing a special sale, so I was able to get a whole bunch of this stuff real cheap. Marked down, goes all the way down there. Let's walk through. This guy over here is inflatable 9-foot-tall giant cat. Has been my pride and joy since the beginning. I started with this guy, and actually it's not this guy, it's not the original cat that I had. I had another one, but it all started when I was at Walgreens and found one like him for about 50 bucks. Fell in love with it, and over the years, he got a lot of attention. People really liked him. I started decorating around him a little bit to hide some of his ropes and stuff so people wouldn't get caught on the lines. Skull faces you see in front of him to kind of help with that, and then a spotlight to light up his face as well. And he's just really cool. I love how his head turns side to side. Just a really cool, unique decoration. It really pops. Now this guy has these little houses that I got from Five Below. I picked up some new solar lights that kind of work well, except that battery life doesn't last too long. The solar lights are inside these enclosures. One thing I also wanted to point out about him, you may notice that he's sitting on this platform that's actually made out of PVC piping that I picked up. And you can see the frame comes up and around. You can see it's attached to the bottom, and it covers his whole body and his big legs as well as his little legs. Now the reason for that is that I get some terrible winds throughout the month. He's always bouncing around and cables break and you see him flopping around. So this is just an extra support for him so that he doesn't move around too much. And just like magic, you can see here again during the daytime, here's how my cat looks. A much more visible look at him. Here's another look at the skeleton face fence pieces that I've been using to kind of hide those wires so people don't trip over them. So you can see wherever I have a rope, I also have a shepherd hook with skull fences. And see here, I did the same thing on this side. It's a safety thing, but it also looks cool and it lights up, so it's kind of a win-win scenario. And there you can see during the day how cool the whole thing looks all together. And what do we have over here? Also new this year is my Reaper band. A 3-piece band that works in harmony with one another. We got our singer and our drummer and our Reaper guitar player. And during the day, our band is still at the moment with no music playing in the background. But you can see them more visibly now. My singer, drummer, guitar player. Right, you guys may have seen these last year and are back again. These are my pumpkin twins.
Don't you look scary tonight? Is my head on straight? I hope we see some ghosts and goblins tonight. You have something good and sweet. If you don't, we can be mean. Be careful. We can bite. And also give you quite a fright. Trick or treat.
And now under here, you can see these pumpkins all lit up. I added these speakers, which are cool. You turn them on. These are also solar powered. They have lights. They're really bright. They're Bluetooth. You can pair them. There's one on each side. You pair them to your phone. This guy's back again. A little homemade jack-o'-lantern character with his green hands, his big clumsy feet, and he holds the red torch to light his way. Over here, we've got our 3 pumpkins, and they work with a projector, which is bit mapped to line up with each one of them. The homemade guy here. The torch is not lit at the moment. It's not working during the daytime. It's only at night. I've got it on a sensor to only go off dusk to dawn on my timers. Pumpkin twins, the other pumpkin twin. And then these 3 guys, just regular pumpkins during the day. They only light up at night. All right, let's check out the other side. So I did something new this year with the dragon. I added a fog machine to his mouth, so it looks like he's breathing fire. The dragon is standing tall and mighty during the day. A little bit of wind here, so he's having trouble with the wings. I think he's also losing air. You can see I took the hose off of him that was attached to him that you saw at nighttime. It was weighting him down too much. And back again to haunt us is our little ghost with his pumpkin. Fun little trick-or-treater, a nice friendly sight. Kind of welcome the kids as they're coming in. Our ghost during the day. Looking good. I've got a couple of bamboo sticks in the back of him to hold him up because he does tend to blow around a lot, especially during the day when it's windy. These bamboo sticks definitely do a trick. And I just got them through the little loops here, one on each side, and it's working really good. And it's windy now, so you can see it's actually holding up. I've been doing this for a really long time, years upon years, continuously adding more every year. But one thing that I like to try and do that's a common theme with it every year is I always like it to be a little friendly when people first walk in, because it's Halloween and it's mostly young kids. I don't want to scare them to death when they first get here. Yeah, maybe a little scary walking through the doors with the gargoyles. All right, it's not completely friendly, but once you come in, you're greeted by these inflatables, which are smiling at you. I think it's a nice start as you come in. And then as you get down further, it gets a little scarier as you go. That's kind of what we like to do, my wife and I. So let's just keep it kid friendly so it's fun for everybody. And on to my spider. Recently added some new things to him. I've added these glow-in-the-dark eyes. The lights that are inside there actually died, and I didn't take the time to change them out. So instead, I just put a little spotlight on him here, and then just threw some eyes to give him a little added effect. Now, in past years, he's been really enhanced. I've actually had this guy on a PVC web that I built. So he's up high, dangling, and really looking cool with like all kinds of additional webs that I added behind him. But it was always a pain every year because I get these big storms at night a lot of the times during the year that just always would wreck it. And I'd be constantly coming up and trying to like fix it. And it just drove me nuts, always having to constantly maintain it. So this year I decided to just keep it simple. And he's just sitting on a plastic table with a black cloth on top. So you can't even really see the table that he's sitting on, just to raise him up a little bit so he's not flat on the ground. There's the spider during the daytime. You can see how cool he looks. He looks very different during the day. You can actually see him a lot better. I love how his head moves from side to side. Just a creepy little critter, and people really seem to enjoy him. On the other side here, we added something new. We got all these new spiders, a new web that I added. This is something different that I'm doing. And this is kind of fun. A little scary. And as we get closer to the center here, and this guy's got the glowing eyes that pulsate. Pretty cool. Got a 3-piece tent here with some skeletons. The new I added this year is a try me button.
Well, it sure is nice to see everybody here tonight. It's a perfect night for all the creepies and the crawlers, moving through the shadows and across the streets. But when I see them, I shout and holler, "Hey, creepy crawlers! Stay away from my tree!"
He has different songs that he sings. He's very cool. This guy here, if you touch his wrist.
Welcome, please welcome. It is wonderful to be in a house so full of life.
I just got to do a couple more because I really enjoy this guy.
It is lovely to see so many beautiful choices. I mean, guests.
And then this one.
I really do enjoy pets, especially cats. They are delicious.
This other guy's pretty cool too. He has some stuff to say.
It's Halloween, and I feel like I'm losing my head. Candy, candy, candy! All this Halloween candy, my thoughts get carried away. This Halloween, I hope to get ahead.
Is it just me, or does this guy sound a lot like Seth Rogen? And some folks have been asking me why I've got everything in tents. Well, the weather here in New England can get pretty severe sometimes. I get crazy winds, rain, you name it. And I don't want to be leaving these guys out in the rain and the heavy winds just because they're animatronics, they're fragile, and I try to protect them as best I can. So that's the reason for all the tents. I've got one on each grouping of 3. And here's this merry unit during the day, one by one, starting with my guitar playing skeleton here, and our friendly vampire who likes to eat cats. And my other skeleton, who sounds like Seth Rogen. Wow, it's a 12-foot skeleton with blinking LED lights. Very lifelike and creepy. His body also changes color. I have a LED light kit in the center there. You can choose the color, or if you can't decide which color you want, you can just rotate them like I'm doing now. I like having multicolors on him. I think it's just really cool. And right beside him, Also changing colors is the new Murderous maple, which is a nice creepy tree with glowing eyes and a smiling face. Nice tall creepy guy, and just goes great with them together. Two giants, a very powerful force. I picked this guy up in the summertime. I got him on a halfway to Halloween special that Home Depot was doing. Guy was going like crazy. Very popular add-on. And the Murderous maple we got shortly later. Both Home Depot online. And apparently everything went on sale the week before Halloween, which is new to me. Usually I like to wait until after Halloween for specials, but this year everything went a little bit early. They were getting rid of stuff. And if you walk through this path, I've got it coned off and caution tape there just because there's lights on the ground. I don't want people stepping on them right there. And then I also have this fence here. There's also a rope going across here. I don't want people tripping on it. So put some cones, some caution tape, did it on both sides here. I think it actually kind of looks cooler that way. It gives it a more dramatic effect. Looks kind of scarier. And it gives us a nice little pathway that we can walk through, which takes us into the graveyard, which is very, very cool this year. I added some nice new effects. You may have seen my tombstones in the past. These are familiar, but new lighting. We've got these guys. They used to be animatronic, no longer active. I can show you some older footage where these guys were popping up and down.
Is it time to go trick-or-treating?
And then there's this guy.
Anybody? No. Okay.
He's motion censored, and when you walk by, he gives people a little treat.
Hey, is this thing on?
He's funny. Found him at Big Lots, a last minute ad. And then there's this one, oh, glowing eyes. Doing something different with this guy this year. I got green eyes, and then we got purple tombstones to complement the green. Give us this elaborate color display with lots of solar lights. And also I've added something new this year. I added fencing all around the entire graveyard. These solar lights really do a great job brightening up all around the yard, and it also lets you know there's a fence there so you don't step on it by mistake. Oh, there he is.
I wouldn't go in there for a while.
That guy, he's a character. New this year is this fog machine, where I built this fog chiller to go with the fog machine. So now you get a more dramatic effect when you use it. Not just a bunch of smoke that just comes out, but it actually goes through a hose here with a fan, sucking the smoke out every few feet. I've got a hole going through this tube. So you can see some of the smoke coming out now. And that's just coming out from an ultrasonic mister, which is creating the chilling effect inside this casing that I have here, and that gives you part of the effect, but then the fog machine is the final piece that blows the smoke into the tube and then comes out the other end. So it's a really cool thing I learned about on YouTube. Saw other people doing it. You can see here, I'll show you. So I just took the fog machine off here. It's on a cinder block too. It gives it a little extra height so that it can aim it right at this tube. All right, so what happens is that the smoke goes down the tube and into this. And you can see this smoke coming through this ultrasonic mister, which replaces the need for ice, because normally a fog chiller would require a lot of ice. But the problem with that is then when it melts, you get all this water and it's a big mess, and then you have to keep changing it all the time. But with an ultrasonic mister, I don't have to keep replacing ice all the time. I may have to fill the water up occasionally, but it's like ongoing throughout the night. I don't have to like keep on worrying about keeping this thing cold. This replaces that need. And then I just drilled a hole on the other side here. You can see on the left side, the smoke from the mister and the fog machine combined goes out here. Woo. So let's see it in action now. You see the smoke. It's coming out in through the tube, feeding out through the fan.
Is it time to go trick-or-treating?
And this guy wants to hang out.
No. Okay.
And now we get that eerie, smoky effect. How cool does that look? Just incredible.
Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
It's so realistic.
I wouldn't go in there for a while.
This guy. It's so realistic that sometimes people think there's an actual fire, and I gotta tell them, no, it's not a fire, it's an effect.
Anybody? No. Okay.
I can also slow that fan down right here as an adjustable fan. I should think it's better when it's a little bit slower.
Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
This guy cracks me up. There you go. Misting effects.
Well, I wouldn't go in there for a while.
It's gonna get some laughs this year, I'm sure.
Time to go trick-or-treating? Anybody? No. Okay.
A little more. Just amazing.
I'll be here all week.
All right, our coned off area here. Let's walk through the path and check out the graveyard during the day. I got him at Michael's. These tombs I've had forever. Years and years and years. The styrofoam base I picked up at Michael's. Stick the tombs inside and then I just cover it up with webbing and it all holds together pretty nice. And then I mount it with bricks in the back, one on each corner. And that holds the whole thing down so it doesn't blow around in the wind. This guy looking pretty good. This is just ornament that we've had for years. It's not supposed to be Halloween, but it actually works out pretty good for Halloween. Our friend during the day, I turned him off. Another skeleton here. You can see I got two of them. We have these guys here. Came as a kit that I bought. This guy during the day, not as exciting, but still cool. So in the back, we got these smaller little paper type tombs. Blow away very easily. That's why I got them against the wall so they don't fly around on me. We got those all surrounding the house as well. A little more visible here. Got solar lights shine on those guys as well, so they pop at night. And you can see the fencing a lot better now during the day as well. All wrapping around the whole thing here. Familiar face from last year. We got a little witch with her broom, and I improved her cauldron. This is actually 3 cauldrons in one. I got this giant inflatable cauldron, followed by a hard cauldron that's in the center, which is the one I usually use every year. And then I got this tiny one in the center with the mister, give it that smoking effect. The reason I got it wanted it so small here is just because it just adds to the effect. You can see how well it works in a small area. When it's too big, it doesn't work the same. Pretty neat. It changes colors. Smoke is very, very cool looking. There's a better look at my witch during the day. With the little googly eyes, silly for the kids. 3-ring circus here for a cauldron. You can see it much more visibly now. The inflatable one is new, followed by the previous one I've been using right along. And the center stage one here, which fits all the water. And the little mister in the center to get all that smoke that you see at night. So I got my torches in the front, and then I also have these welcoming, this little doodad here, this little doodad here, trick or treat. I got caution tape around the banisters. Mona Elisa, where you switch back and forth and you get that skull looking. And in here, we've got the 3 witches. Got this cauldron, which has a smoking effect. A tube that goes in from the fog machine and into the cauldron. And that is a really cool effect. Look at how it just seeps right out there. How awesome does that look? So realistic. Really cool effect. Just the tube going inside, and it's amazing. A really nice eerie effect that I added this year. This cauldron is new as well. Got this at Home Depot. First time debuting it. Looks amazing. Found these 3 guys over at Big Lots. Pretty cool. The 3 skeleton heads. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Previous years, I used to have her over by the front door banister, but we got her with the 3 witches this year.
Double, double, cauldron bubble. Come in here and you're in trouble. I am Newt, toe of bat, nose of frog, tail of cat, oil, fire, fire, fire.
Also got this year is black Christmas tree with white lights for the haunted season. Center witch here.
Afraid of, except for me.
And then this girl here on the side. She's kind of creepy too. Check her out. She actually moves side to side while she talks. We picked her up on Home Depot. It was really fun, really cool. We got that tree last year. And you can see the Cauldron now during the day. Not as exciting, but still pretty cool. The 3 skulls. Pick those guys up at Big Lots. Our witch during the day. Big Witch, center stage. And then our book reading, old time favorite. And our final journey here is the Star Wars land. Starting with R2-D2 and the X-Wing fighter here, which has a red spotlight on there as well. Makes this thing pop. It looks amazing. As you can see, he's got a Santa hat, so you know I'll be keeping him out for Christmas time as well as Halloween. Now you can see my other Halloween decorations / Christmas. They all have multi-purpose. This is the Dreaming of a Hoth Christmas. It's Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. This year, Home Depot has done something incredible. You got a life-size Darth Vader, and he's in an animatronic. Check him out.
We would be honored if you would join us for this holiday celebration. My master requests your presence. Join me, and this season you will be a powerful ally.
Absolutely incredible. The foot pedal comes in really handy. It's actually a pad. You can get these at Home Depot. And works really good with him. Otherwise, there's a sensor and he just goes off at random. Same with these guys, but I got them all wired up now. He's got a pedal too, and same with the Stormtrooper. Darth Vader has been my obsession for years. One of my favorite all-time villains. I've been building him for years. I've had multiple variations of him. He started out as just the head that you could wear over your head, and had a little voice piece that makes you change the sound effects. I built these really cool custom belts that I made out of guitar pedal boxes. That worked out pretty good. And then I put lights in it, and I had it all lit up really nicely. There's a little box that it came with, and you could push buttons on it, and it would make sounds.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Problem was it was too heavy and I couldn't get it to stay upright. Eventually I did away with the voice box and decided to just buy a costume. It had a built-in chest piece here, so I had to remove the other ones. And it has the built-in belt and his crotch piece, we'll call it. Back piece is here, and then a cape that drapes over him and attaches to the chest here as well. I got some gloves separately, and then the boots here. Picked those up on eBay. This is actually part of the costume, these flaps here, but actually boots, heavy-duty black boots that work really cool. Problem with him, as you can see here, his hand is missing. Lightsaber on the ground as well. Really hard to keep that thing from falling off. The weight of the lightsaber is just too much for him. But if anybody asks, we're just going to say Luke Skywalker came along and cut his hand off. I'm just tired of constantly trying to fix it because it always falls off. Now moving on, you can see the TIE Fighter with Darth Vader in there. Home Depot had this. Now I had actually built over the years my own TIE Fighter out of PVC pipe, and that thing was amazing. One year where I actually had Darth Vader on top of it. So I was trying to create that look, if you guys remember from Rebels, when he's floating down to face off with Ezra Bridger for the first time. You can see him on top of the TIE Fighter, and it just was a really cool look, and I wanted to do the same thing as a Halloween prop. So previous model that I did where he's on top of it, and it just looked awesome. I put lights on it, I went crazy. But just like every year, I always faced weather conditions that were out of my control. Eventually the whole thing just broke apart on me, and I always dreamed of having my own animatronic Vader. I wanted to actually make my own, but I could never get it right. The arms kept falling off. I could never get the lightsaber in his hand. But Home Depot beat me to it, man. They figured out just how to get it just right. As you saw, this guy moves, he talks, he's holding his lightsaber. Most incredible thing ever. And he actually has a few different sayings too, so I'm gonna step on the pad again.
Your holiday spirit is impressive. Most impressive. It is your destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the holidays.
What did that Stormtrooper do to you, huh? Just incredible. I'm absolutely so overjoyed that I have this guy now. He actually has a few different things you can add to him. Different hand that has like a little pumpkin Death Star thing, you know, you can add. And then if you want for Christmas time, instead of the standard red lightsaber, there's actually a candy cane one too. So you have your pick. I may change him up for Christmas. We'll see. Now moving on to Yoda. Yoda is awesome. A little sign here, beware of the dark side you must. And he has a few different sayings too. Let's check him out.
Yes, always in motion. These holidays are a
you shall have.
I think my Yoda's a little messed up because his eye kind of moves a little bit when he's talking. Plus his head keeps turning. I can't seem to keep him straight. But we'll try again. Let's see.
Truly wonderful the celebrations of this season will be. Have much fun.
Let's go
together,
cross-eyed.
we will.
One more time.
Enjoy the festivities, you will. My ally is joy, and a powerful ally indeed.
Nice. Also new this year, Stormtrooper. Also has different accessories. He did not come with this gun. I bought this separately actually on eBay, and I've been using it right along with my former Stormtrooper, as I've been building this guy for years as well. Him and Vader together. Same problems, arms falling off. I couldn't keep the gun in the hand. But anyway, let me show you what he does.
This holiday celebration. Are you part of it? These are not the holiday decorations we're looking for. Move along. Move along.
Yeah, I love it. His head moves side to side. He talks. Blaster didn't come with it. I liked it better with it, but it actually comes with a candy cane for Christmas. He has some other little knickknacks that you can do for Halloween too, but I just decided to go this way because it just looks cooler. Let's see what else he says.
Freeze! Don't move! Only citizens with holiday spirit are permitted to enter. Halt! Stop right there. The Empire has been looking for someone just like you to spread holiday spirit throughout the galaxy. Inform Lord Vader the holiday celebrations may begin.
Absolutely awesome. So there you have it. That's Star Wars Land. My 3-piece animatronics with my inflatables on both sides. Really, really fine addition this year. So there you have it. Halloween 2024, my newest display. I'm very proud of it. This brings a lot of smiles to a lot of people in my town. Every day I see people stopping their cars, or if they're walking their little strollers with their babies, I see moms coming in here, taking pictures, showing the kids. They all seem to have a good time. Everybody loves it. So every year I add and just keep making this thing better. And I've received a lot of love and support over the years. So thank you, Town of Needham, for your support, and thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to show other viewers what I do here. That's gonna do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed walking you down my haunted house. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and smash the notification bell to stay updated on when my next video becomes available. Until then, this is Joe Sorrentino saying thanks for watching. See you in the next one.